Hey everyone, I hope that you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me once again on another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Marco. I am a photographer originally from Los Angeles, California, and I have this photography channel in which I share with you my journey as I work on becoming a better photographer and a better person. I have a couple of series that I started on this channel. This particular episode is the 8th installment in a series that I'm calling Journals. And Journals is just me exploring or living some type of experience and then documenting it with a camera versus documenting it with a pen and paper. Today I'm going to take all of you with me as I explore a city called Novara. Novara is a city in the north of Italy in a region called Piemonte, and it is about I think about a 30-minute or 40-minute train ride from Milan. All of the video that you're going to see today, including the talking parts that you're seeing now, were shot with a Fuji X70. All of the pictures, with the exception of the very last pictures at the end of today's video, were also shot with the Fuji X70. I did, however, take the Fuji X100 original with me as a backup camera, and there were moments where I just couldn't help using it, and I shot with it, and I'll share those pictures at the very end. With all of that being said, and with no further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and play the first segment. So one of the things is, for me, I have this motto: live first and shoot second. And my philosophy didn't always used to be that way. So before, when I was going out to shoot specific things in mind, for the sake of making pictures, I wasn't really living life, and my photography was not very interesting to me. Photography became somewhat of a burnout for me. And then a couple of years ago, I decided that I truly wanted to live. And I started to explore. My own city, my own neighborhood. And whenever I get the opportunity to travel somewhere, I try to explore those places as well. And I firmly believe that the way that I view the world affects the things that interest me. And the things that interest me affect the things that I shoot. And so for me, one of the things is, when I got here to Italy, like the second or third day, I saw an elderly lady, an elderly woman on a bicycle. And I remember thinking, wow, like, I just can't imagine my grandmother riding a bicycle. And I started to think about myself, and I have a bicycle back home, and I ride it for recreational purposes. But here in Italy, and if you're Italian or European, this is probably not new to you, but for me, I noticed that people here use bicycles as a means of transport. You'll see people who are like kids, for example. You'll see teenagers, middle-aged people, and elderly people. And you'll also see people in workout clothes, in work clothes, in casual clothes, in like, formal attire. And I found this very interesting. And when I'm out there, I'm not thinking about what I want to shoot. I'm literally just walking around and just observing, just people watching and just taking in my surroundings. And I just shoot. And when I was editing these pictures, and you're going to see them now, I realized the impact that this observation had on my photography and the things that I chose to shoot. One of the things that I do when I explore is I love to use intuition. So I basically just hopped on a train and I got off on the stop that felt right to me, or that felt good. And once I got off the train, I didn't know anybody in Novara. I don't know anybody there. I don't know anything about Novara. I just basically, if it felt good to go left, I would go left. If it felt good to go right, I would go right. And that's how I arrived to the historical center. And so all of the pictures that you're seeing today were all shot in the historical center. The architecture, I found it to be very beautiful. The people, the vibe, everything was really great. I had a lot of fun on this particular outing. So at this point, the sun had started to go down. I think I had been out there for maybe 2 hours. To be honest with you, I don't really know, but I do know that like the sun was going down and I was starting to get hungry. I wanted to make it back home in time for dinner. So I started to head back. The pictures that you're gonna see now were also shot with the X70, and they were all shot on the way from the historical center on the way back to the train station, which at the time I wasn't really sure how to get back to. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip for you. section here, head back towards the train, go into like a more, I don't know, maybe more urban environment. Here's a little bit more like historical looking. I'm gonna head into a little bit more of an urban vibe. I don't know that I'll get any pictures on the way back to the train. Okay, so I am almost back to the train station, and I just, because of the way the sun is coming down, I just wanted to take this quick picture here. I have to take it over the fence, so I have to actually put the camera over the fence there. So I get the train there. And now I'm heading back to to where I think is the train stop. We'll see how that goes. And yeah. We're almost done with today's episode. I'm going to share with you one more segment. This segment is a segment that I shot with the X100. I didn't really shoot with it a lot. Shooting with the X70 is great. It makes it easy for me to shoot at waist level, which I think is a lot of fun sometimes when shooting street photography. But there were moments where I yearned for that like traditional feeling, you know, that familiar feeling of like raising the viewfinder to my eye and being a little bit more methodical or slowing down a little bit more. And I did take a couple of pictures. I'm going to share those pictures with you now. All in all, I have to say, today's episode was an episode that I really enjoyed making. I really enjoyed the experience of being somewhere new, of looking around, observing people. And so, like I said in the beginning of the video, all of the pictures, all of the videos that you've seen today were shot with the X70. With the exception of the pictures that I'm going to share with you now, those were shot with the X100. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. Thank you so much for your support, for those of you that have subscribed. And also, I wanted to give a special thanks to all of you who have been sharing these videos. About a week ago, I checked my analytics, and I noticed that people are actually sharing these videos on Facebook. And so that's just really, really awesome. Thank you for that. I'm really excited to share with you some upcoming videos. Thank you once again. I'm going to go ahead and roll this last clip, and I hope to see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you soon. Bye.